a more of an NHL atmosphere here tonight at the Bell Center. Not like at the Scotiabank Arena where we were seeing basically the AHL teams play. Today you got to see the NHL clubs play for the Montreal Canadiens and the Toronto Maple Leafs. And the Leafs win 5-3 over the Habs. It's preseason, doesn't matter, but hey, it was a very entertaining game, I gotta say that. And the story today, special teams. We got to see that lethal power play of Matthews, Tavares, Kadri, with Marner and Riley on the point. Oh my goodness, that sounds like a lot of firepower. And that was on display today. You know, that's what we were going to see. And the Leafs get the first power play. Well, sorry, Thomas Tatar gets the first goal of the game on the power play 4 minutes in. And the Habs take the 1-0 lead. Late in the first period, a minute 19 to go. All right, or no, a minute 59, excuse me, to go in the period, and the Leafs have the power play, and it's kind of looking a little sloppy with all these guys out there, but all it takes is that one feed from one fantastic player. And they find the back of the net. Guys, you look at Mitch Marner. He's a freak of nature out there. He was once again here today. But Marner and Matthews playing catch behind the net. And it ends up to Matthews. And he has a few options. He can go back to the point. He can go back down to Mitch Marner. Or the defense for Montreal is kind of spreading out a little bit, leaving a hole right in the middle for Nazem Kadri. And what does he decide to do? Slide that pass right to Kadri, and he rifles it in the top corner past Carey Price, and we are tied at 1 apiece. We go to the second period, a minute 14 in. The Leafs are already on the power play. Montreal took a late penalty in the first period. Usually see abbreviated power plays don't usually go too well. But this is the Leafs. And this is a freakish power play. And, I mean, the tic-tac-toe from Jake Gardiner to Mitch Marner to a rifling pass to Austin Matthews to the bar down back of the net. They timed it from the point Jake Gardiner had the puck to the point where it went to the back of the net. 2.1 seconds. Bang, 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 in the back of the net. Beautiful goal by that line, by the power play. So bottom line, the first 2 goals for the Leafs have been on the new power play. And the Leafs have the 2-1 lead. Then Brendan Gallagher scores his second of the preseason, makes it 2-2. And then we go to the third period, guys. And we talked about it all last year. It's not about how you start a game. It's how you finish the game. Early in the second period, Montreal has the power play. Again, abbreviated power play as the Leafs took a late penalty. Josh Levo took a slashing penalty late in the second period. And some lazy play by Montreal. Carey Price goes to play behind the net. Jeff Petrie and him kind of get mixed up. The puck bounces in front of the net. Mitch Marner, right on the case. As he just, I don't know, it wasn't a one-handed smack, but he kind of reached with 2 hands, just kind of smacked it. And it went 5-hole on Carey Price. Short-handed, may I add. And the Leafs take the 3-2 lead. 20 seconds after that, the Leafs get a 2-on-1 short-handed break. Par Lindholm with a nice little toe drag pass to Kasperi Kapanen, who roofs it on Carey Price. 2 shorthanded goals in a matter of 20 seconds. The first 40 seconds into the third period on the penalty kill. And the Leafs have the 2-goal lead right back. It is 4-2. Now, again, not long after that, on the power play, David Schlemko blasts a puck past Freddie Anderson, goes posting in, and that cuts the lead down to 4-3. So in the first minute 16 of the third period, we saw 3 goals. But then, with just under 6 minutes to play in the third, Mitch Marner takes away from one of the defenders of the Montreal Canadiens and finds Patrick Marleau. I'm not sure how he thought so fast and how he got to him so quickly, but that's Mitch Marner for you. And Marleau buries it into the empty net pretty much as he beats Carey Price, and the Leafs take the 5-3 lead, and that is all she wrote. So, like I said, story in today's game, all right? Special teams. Did they outplay us 5-on-5? Probably. But when you can beat a team in special teams as well as the Leafs did today. Now look, yes, 2 for 6 in the power play for the Leafs. They were 2 for 2 to start. Yes, Montreal was 2 for 3 in the power play. That's very good. Problem, Habs fans, you gave up 2 shorthanded goals. That's also considered special teams, and the Leafs won the battle 4-2. Right? I mean, as much as I'm talking statistics here too, guys. Shots on goal, 36-26 in favor of the Habs. So, again, Leafs get outshot. I mean, it's a preseason game, but they look like they're in mid-season form when it comes to that. But Mitch Marner, yes, he's on the power play with these unbelievable guys. And yes, he's playing alongside John Tavares. But he had a 4-point night, a goal and 3 assists. He was a +2. Matthews with a goal and an assist. Kadri with a goal. Marleau with a goal. Kapanen with a goal. Par Lindholm with an assist. And Jake Gardiner with an assist. John Tavares wasn't his greatest, but he did have 6 shots on goal. And late in the game, an absolutely unreal backhand saucer pass to Josh Levo. He couldn't bury it on Carey Price, but beautiful feed from John Tavares, making an impact no matter what. Even if it's not in the score sheet, it's in every aspect of the game. Now, did the Leafs play that really well? Not so much. I really was not impressed with the whole Calle Rosen-Ozhiganov pairing. I didn't really like what I saw out there from them. They kind of looked lost, and they looked like they were gambling a little too much. Now, again, those are 2 young defensemen who haven't played much in the NHL whatsoever. Ozhiganov has never played in the NHL. Now, since he's a right-handed defenseman, I think he has the edge on Calle Rosen. But that right-handed defenseman spot, guys, I think is way up for grab. With Connor Carrick, Justin Hall, Ozhiganov. I think those are the 3 guys you look at, and you're like, anybody can really fill that spot. I think Calle Rosen has just been good in preseason, so he's just getting some extra looks there. I mean, if I have to say how the Leafs played today, I wouldn't say the greatest. But when you look, it's not about how you start the game. Like I said, it's when you finish. It's how you finish. Now, the Leafs were, it was 1-1 in each of the first 2 periods, but the Leafs won the 3rd period 3-1. That's when it mattered, right? That's when the game mattered, was in the 3rd period. And Freddie Anderson, guys, 3 goals on 16, 3 goals on 16 shots, terrible. 3 goals on 36 shots. He looked a little shaky early on in my eyes, but overall I thought he played a fantastic performance. If you guys love looking at the stats, .917 save percentage for Freddie in this game, and I thought he made a lot of the big saves he needed to. Look, on the Gallagher goal, I'm not going to blame him. There's a centering pass that shouldn't have gotten through, but Calle Rosen had to go through him, and then Ozhiganov did not have Gallagher tied up enough in front. It's hard to blame Freddie for that. You could arguably say that's a puck he should have stopped, but whatever. And the David Schlemko goal, no one was even remotely close to him, and he just walked right in, probably right at the circle, and just walked into it and blasted it posting in. Just a beautiful shot. You can't blame him on that. And the first goal, I think I would have liked him to have that back, but again, like I said, he had a slow start, and he found his way as the game went on, and that's the key for Freddie Anderson. How is he going to do in the month of October? We're going to have to wait and see, guys. Now, I know this game means absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. You could say, well, technically you're playing the real Montreal Canadiens. You're Toronto Maple Leafs. Well, yeah, I guess so. But do you get any points for this? Does this count for game 1 of 82? No. Doesn't really matter. It's nice to see Mitch Marner put up a 4-point night. It's great to see Austin Matthews rifling a goal and an assist and have a wide open net to pot in a second one, but he could not do it. But that's totally fine. Tavares didn't look like the Tavares we've seen in the first 2 games, I guess, but still was out there, still looked really good. That's what you got to take from these games, guys. You saw a little bit of Trevor Moore, a little bit of Calle Rosen, Ozhiganov. Those are the guys you want to look at if you're thinking preseason. That's the type of guys you want to look at. I was all right with Ozhiganov. I thought he was okay. I didn't think he was that great, but again, it's preseason. You're going to go through these mistakes. Calle Rosen, he's a Marley in my eyes. I think he's a Marley in a lot of your eyes because left-handed defense spot is pretty filled up for the Toronto Maple Leafs as of this year, as of right now. All right, so you know what, guys? The next game for the Toronto Maple Leafs, they have 2 preseason games remaining. The first one is on Friday night as the Leafs take on the Detroit Red Wings at the Scotiabank Arena, and it looks like it's going to be Anderson and Jimmy Howard in that game. And it's a 7:30 puck drop. The Leafs play back-to-back. They play Saturday night in Detroit. Now, what we're probably going to see is you're going to be able to tell right then and there who's your backup goaltender. But I think there's no question. It's Anderson and McElhinney. Just because Sparks hasn't played well, and I don't think he's ready for the NHL. That's just my opinion. And I know you guys probably have the same feel towards that. He's probably going to be going on Saturday against Jonathan Bernier, I guess the newest Detroit Red Wing. very interesting. He has bounced around a ton since leaving the Toronto Maple, really since leaving the LA Kings. He didn't stay here too long. But you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. You guys enjoyed this video, and you guys enjoyed the game today because it was entertaining, that's for sure. Hit that like button. I do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below what you guys think of the game. Who are you impressed with? Who are you not so impressed with? What did you think of Freddie Anderson in his first, I guess, real test in preseason play? I want to hear what you guys have to say about him. And Evan and I will talk to you guys probably sometime this weekend, podcast edition. Links in the description for the podcast channel and for the podcast itself on iTunes, guys. Twitter is also down below. Follow up, send me a DM, do all that great stuff. And I will talk to you guys. It'll be Raptors edition tomorrow evening. I'm not sure, but sometime tomorrow. Oh my goodness. Raptors edition, as we'll be talking about the preseason preview for the Toronto Raptors as they kick off their preseason on Saturday night. Here we go. We're getting into full effect, guys. I'm jacked up. I'm ready to go. And we'll talk to you guys Blue Jays edition. That'll be on Friday as well as the Toronto Maple Leafs. But Leafs, Jays, holy smoke, so many teams right now. The Jays wrap up their season down in Tampa at Tropicana Field. Thomas Pannone versus Blake Snell in Game 1 of the final 3-game series of the year. That, I think it's a 6:10 first pitch at Tropicana Field on Friday evening, all right? And the Jays look to end their season off on a good note. That's really what you want to see. And as for the Leafs, guys, as you guys know, like I've said already, the Leafs play their next preseason game against the Detroit Red Wings, 7:30 puck drop. On Friday night at Scotiabank Arena. I still got to get used to saying Scotiabank Arena. I'm so used to saying Air Canada Centre, but we'll get used to it at some point. All right, so we'll talk to you guys then, hoping the Leafs can continue playing well and kind of continue to get into form for the regular season starting a week today. I can't wait to get it going. I know you guys can't. We'll talk to you guys then.